Hey there, my name is Rohit Kumar, and today we are going to discuss another very important research domain, which is semantic web. So, if you are familiar with the concept of World Wide Web, obviously, then you must have heard of the semantic web, means the meaningful web, or the kind of if you have some sort of research related to ontology, then you might have came across this term semantic web. So, what exactly semantic web is? So, let me tell you, according to Wikipedia, it's an extension of the World Wide Web through the standards set by the World Wide Web Consortium, means W3C. So W3C is a well-known organization which manages the sort of World Wide Web, means WWW standards. And in this way, the goal of semantic web is defined as to make the internet data machine readable. So point is that when we say machine readable, so people might wonder that machine readability is not a big thing, means since long it's been in practice, robots, etc., and the image processing, text reading, etc. So many things are already been in process. So what is so special with semantic web? So semantic web just means it doesn't only vision about reading the data, it visions about including the required semantic behind the data. Because when you create a graph, means it's a simply linking of web pages, like in www means World Wide Web protocol, we do make the linking of different web pages. But if you are linking the related information also, means the semantic also, then it becomes more meaningful. And in this way, there is a concept of knowledge graph. So knowledge graphs do come into pictures, and then the actual meaning of semantic webs comes into the picture. Okay. So now coming to the concept that what exactly semantic web is and why it is so meaningful, why people are discussing the concept of semantic web now, what is the requirement. So all these things we can discuss, and we can have a concept that why exactly semantic web is in fashion as of now. Okay, so to enable the decoding of semantics means I'm decoding the information which is presented online. So usually we understand the meaning of semantic means useful information or the related information. Okay, so there are different technologies like resource description frameworks, the Web Ontology Language (OWL), etc. are used. Okay, and these are used to represent the formal form of metadata, means data about data. So if you are able to represent these sort of things, and then you can relate these things, then ontology can help you to describe the concepts, the relationship between the entities, the categories of different things. And then these linkings and the representations offer you great advantage, like you may reason over the data or the kind of different forms of data available at your side, and you can operate across the heterogeneous data sources available. Okay, so I think you must have got the basic definition that what is the semantic web and why do we discuss these sort of things. Now coming to the concept of data formats and the exchange protocols, then there are different sorts of protocols and the data formats are available, and in continuation with the different sorts of data available, these are continuously on rise. So with semantic web, all these sorts of information are supposed to be considered at a single place. You need to manage those, and then you need to represent the meta form of data, and you need to connect the different forms. In this way, you can easily represent, or you can easily access the information which is available, and even you can have the much better semantic of data available at your side. Okay, so now point is that when we are saying that it is useful, so what sort of research is going on across the world? So let me tell you that more than 120 countries have been actively engaged in the research related to semantic web, and around 2000 plus, 12,000 plus researchers have been actively engaged in publications and the research activity. So when we say that these sort of countries or the researchers have been actively engaged, then what sort of topics they are getting engaged? It means if you are going to choose as a fresher this particular area of research, then what sort of topics or the related things or the related domains you need to consider. So when you are thinking about semantic web, you have to think about the concept of ontology, means the information science. So when you have the information sciences, then you need to have the kind of connections and the sort of metadata related concepts, and you need to have a resource description framework, means how to describe your resources, means the available resources. Now if you are talking about the web pages, means how to describe the data better. And in this form, the concept of web, like we have the web 2.0, 3.0, in similar way, you need to keep on improving. Then the concept of linked data comes, because and all these things are somehow related to each other. So I'm just telling you different forms and the different versions of the different keywords which are related to each other, because many times we do come across many types of data or the things, but we don't have the basic idea that this thing is related to that thing or not. So if you have a basic understanding of things, or at least the terms, then I think in future you may have a better understanding. Oh, if this particular journal or this particular work has these many keywords, and then I think this particular work relates to that particular domain. Okay, so in this way you need to have this sort of things. So the concept of metadata, linked data, web 2.0, and the query strings, etc. You need to have these sorts of idea to have a actual meaning of semantic web. Now, when we say information retrieval, because ultimate goal is to when we use some search engine or some tools, then the ultimate goal is easy information retrieval, and not only easy, you need the optimal data or the information retrieval. And in this way, the so many different built-in protocols have been working behind different search engines. But when you see that different sort of things are in process, their optimality or their output should be better than in comparison with other available search options. Then only you are going to work. For example, mostly people go for Google while having a search of a search engine. But why not others? Because people do find that Google's algorithms are working way better than the other existing search engines algorithm. So in this way, some sort of intelligence is being used behind the scene, means either it's related to information semantics, either it's related to network heuristic or something like that. Okay, or the user's priorities using the cookies or sort of different things. But point is that whenever you are using the concept of information retrieval, the optimality as well as the ease of access must be there. Then when you have this sort of concept, then obviously the information retrieval or the searching, these are sort of very general requirements, and that's why people, means almost every person across the world needs these sort of services. And that's why you do need a interoperable platform or the services or the APIs development. So when you have the interoperability concept, then only your solution becomes a successful. So interoperability is a major challenge, and you need to means the person whoever is working in the domain of semantic web have to look for the interoperable solutions. Now, when we discuss the knowledge graphs, we have already discussed the concept of metadata and the in the resource description framework. So the concept of knowledge graphs becomes automatically quite clear. Then the web services, query languages, these concepts are quite well known to everyone, because of SQL and the database languages, everyone knows that what is a query, how do you fetch a query, how do you do modifications and deletions, etc. So there are different development, means DDL, DML, etc. Different forms of query languages. Then there is a concept of open data, where the data is open, and in this way you can access it anytime, anywhere. And then the description logic, semantic web services, the domain names, the relational databases, and the prototyping theory, and all these things are quite related to each other. So my suggestion is to go for exploration for more related works and the keywords. And when you explore one or two very good survey papers related to this particular domain, then obviously you will get to know whether it's related to your interest or not. Okay, this particular series of research domain and topics we have developed just for the people who are very fresh researchers. So if you are an experienced researcher, I think you know most of the things already well. But if you don't, please continue. And if you find any facts wrong, please comment down below and let me know for my further analysis improvement. Now coming to this particular domains funding bodies or the organizations. So as I told you that information retrieval or the optimal retrieval and the semantic web, means the improved version of web, is the requirement of almost every organization, especially the people who are concerned about the daily and sort of things. There it becomes more important, and that's why the medical research councils and national cancer institutes and national institute of drug abuse, arts and humanities research council, the United States Navy's and the Department of Energy, Biotechnology and Biological Sciences Research Council, the Indian Army, National Institute of Dental and Craniofacial Research, National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, etc. These different organizations which have been using the concept of information retrieval, and they have been engaged in this. Additionally, the funding is also provided by some of these bodies to the potential projects or the kind of proposals. And if you do think that you have this sort of capability or the caliber to propose a very good proposal for any specific solution in this particular domain, and then I think you can contact it to any of the national or international body for funding, and you may have a chances to get it. Okay, now coming to the publications. So publications are not that much in comparison to like a normal networking domain topic like IoT or SDN or sort of thing, because point is again that in networking or some very well known topic is so much research is there, but in comparison to that bit lower, but still very well number of researchers and the participants have been working in this particular domain, and the citations are continuously on rise. So some of the related journals I'm going to tell you with respect to this particular research domain. One is the Semantic Web. Second one is the Journal of Web Semantics. Then the Studies in Health Technology and Informatics. Then the International Journal on Semantic Web and Information Systems. Then comes the International Journal of Computer Applications and the IEEE Intelligent Systems. Then if we discuss the concept of informatics, then Journal of Biomedical Informatics comes, and the Nature's Proceedings, ACM, Sigmod Record, and some of the related journals also include the IEEE Internet Computing. And then there is another popular journal, that is Expert Systems with Applications. Okay, so in this way, I have told you some of the related journals which are available at my site as per my research and the findings. But if you find more, then please let me know and through your comments. And there are many more journals with different publishers like Elsevier, Springer, Taylor and Francis, IGI, IEEE, Emerald Groups, MDPI, Oxford, Wiley, Sage Publishers, etc. So you can go or switch your publishers also. You can have a better look for the possible opportunities, etc. And coming to now some of the top researchers, so you can go to Google Scholar, there you can find. So if you go, then you can have the Christopher Jesuit, Pascal Hitley, and the Stephen Decker, Kitao, then Jan Horrocks, Marta Sabau, and the Frank Van Hemeren. So in this, these are some of the authors that I told you, but still there might be more, there might be many others. And if you are interested more in this particular domain, then you can go and have a look on Google Scholar. Okay. Now coming to some of the related institutes who have been actively engaged in publishing with this particular domain. So University of California System, University of Oxford, the National University of Ireland, then Technical University of Madrid, University of Amsterdam, French Institute of Research in Computer Science and Automation. Then you have the University of Southampton and University of California Systems and National University of Ireland, French National Center for Scientific Research. Additionally, you have some of the Indian universities, not all. In some of the top-notch Indian universities also, the concepts related to web development. Web development is a general research, but related to semantic research also they have been exploring. Additionally, the Stanford University, VU Amsterdam, University of Vienna, University of Murcia, and IBM, they have also been under exploration of this particular domain. Okay. So point is that when we are seeing means these sort of organizations and the different authors are actively engaged, then what sort of output is coming? So I'm going to tell or discuss with you some of the latestly published or accepted articles, and if they are early access, then you are going to find it very soon, or you may have the early access version available online, and some of them are very well published just in recent years. So let me tell you, there is a work in methods in molecular biology, and it's named AgroLD. So it's a knowledge graph database for plant functional genomics, and it is recently accepted for in the form of early access 2022. And there is another scientific published in scientific reports, means accepted for publication in scientific reports. The paper title is a Semantic Web Technology Index. Then the another work is of International Journal of E-Collaboration, and it is also early access, so it is accepted in the form of ontology based in knowledge modeling for food supply chain data representation. Then you have another journal of planning literatures, and then semantic city planning systems. It's a literature review. Then development of recon plant metabolome meta database, and it is accepted for publication in plant and cell physiology. So point is that there are so many different domains as well as the different research areas where the works means the application of this particular domain lies. So you can see that if we go for the scientific research, if we go for computer science based research, if we go for e-collaboration related things, if we go to the literature, if we go to the physiology, if we explore the concepts of genetic algorithms, etc., means the computing and the applications, if we explore the environmental research and science, if we explore the concept of public health, if we explore the concept of sustainability, automation, construction, and the again biomedical semantics, etc. So many domains have the application of this particular research focus, which is semantic web. So, and it is only because everyone uses World Wide Web, and if your World Wide Web gets improved in its enhanced form, then obviously you are going to use it more. So the application is continuously on rise. If you do think that this video was useful for you, please comment down below in the form of how we can improve our analysis further. Additionally, I hope that there are some things, definitely some things which I missed as a basic introduction also. So please let me know how we can improve our analysis in future. And thanks for watching this video. We'll come again with an improved version of our video analysis and with a new topic of research. Thanks for watching again. Happy learning.